All right, 7, 8, and 9, we are graphing an ellipse. General form of ellipse is x minus h squared plus y minus k squared over a squared b squared equals 1. So you can see a little bit, it sort of resembles the equation for a circle with the x minus h squared and y minus k squared, where the center of my ellipse is going to be at hk. Then what you're going to have is your distance from the center to the outside of your ellipse is going to be the square root of your a squared and the square root of your b squared. If this number is bigger, your ellipse is going to open up from left to right longer. If this one is bigger, it's going to go from top to bottom longer. Not that you really have to know that, but this is going to be from the center to the edge of your ellipse. And same thing here. So I'm looking at my general form of my equation, and notice again, just like in a circle, since these have minuses in, when you do the center, it's going to be at the opposite of these things. So if x minus 4 equals 0, x would equal 4. If y plus 4 equals 0, y would equal negative 4. And therefore 4 and negative 4 are going to be the center of your ellipse. So if I go to 4, negative 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, I would be down here. Then what I'm basically doing is taking the square root of this number and the square root of this number. The square root of 9 is 3. Since this is under here, I'm going to go to the right, 3, 1, 2, 3, and also to the left, 1, 2, 3. Under the y, I'm going to do the square root of 4, which is 2, so that's going to be your up and down. So I'm going to go 1, 2 up and 1, 2 down. And my ellipse is going to sort of look like that if I could draw it. So because this number underneath my x was bigger, it is longer going left to right than it is up and down. If we look at number Okay, so on number 8 again, we're graphing the ellipse, and just to remind you, standard form, x minus h squared over a squared, y minus k squared over b squared equals 1. If the a squared is bigger, it's going to open up longer. If the b squared is bigger, then it's going to be taller and go that way. So in this case, we have x minus 1 squared over 36 plus y minus 1 squared equals 1. Keep in mind here that if we made this a fraction, that this would be over 1. So if I'm picking out my center doesn't want to quite right where I think it's going to. Since I have x minus 1 and y minus 1, both of those are going to be at the opposite of what they're going to be, since I have a minus here in my formula. So my center is going to be at 1, 1. Since a squared equals 36, a is going to equal the square root of 36, which is 6. Since b squared equals 1, b equals the square root of 1, which is 1. So my center is at 1, 1. Over 1 and up 1 is where my center is going to go. A, I'm going to open up 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then B is 1, so up 1 and down 1, and my ellipse is going to look something sort of like that. Number 9. Again, if I look for my center is going to be at a positive 3 and a positive 1. So 1, 2, 3, 1. Now notice on this one, this value is smaller than this one is, so this one's going to be taller than it is wide. But the same thing you're doing. I'm going to take the square root of 4, which is 2. So I'm going to go 2 to the right and 2 to the left. Here I'm going to do the square root of 36, which is 6. So I'm going to go 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 up, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 down. And this time my ellipse is going to look something sort of like that. I'm going to pause the video here for a minute so I can hop on Alex so I can show you the tools you're going to use when you're drawing an ellipse. So on Alex, when you're going to graph the ellipse, here's the ellipse tool here. Obviously it's a little different than the circle tool, but works in the same way. First of all, you found your center, and on this one the center is at 4, 5. And then in the X direction you're going to go 3 units. In the Y direction you're going to go 2 units because the square root of 9 is 3 and the square root of 4 is 2. Of course, when I go use the tools, my writing will probably come off of there. But I'm going to go ahead. And if I grab my ellipse tool, which is this one here, I'm going to click on my center. So I'm going to go to 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to click to place the center. Now I'm going to first of all place my vertex going to the right and left. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3 places. That's going to open that up here. Then I also have to do the co-vertex, which is the up or down, which is 2. And so I go back here, I go up 2, and so my vertex was 3, my co-vertex was 2, and now I have my ellipse drawn. Just quickly one more time. I'm going to grab my ellipse tool. I'm going to place the center at 4, 5. I'm then going to do the vertex first, which is my right or left. So I went 1, 2, 3 and clicked. And then my co-vertex, which is my up or down, so I went up 2 and clicked. And there's what my ellipse looks like.